Okay. Well, hello there. After a million takes, I think I finally have my camera working, as well as this old microphone setup. And hopefully the microphone isn't terrible like the last few times. So anyway. But yeah, so got some chapstick probably on my face all over. Just smeared it because my lips are so dry. I'll wipe it off before I actually get into the gym. And I got some rosy red cheeks because I'm currently super chonky. But today I'm gonna work out some back. Probably not gonna do any deadlifts, but I figured might as well start recording some of the internal monologues I have with myself in the car, because I'm gonna have them anyway. So since nobody is more than likely gonna see this, it can just be a record to see the person I was from the past, another dimension. Yeah, but today, probably just gonna hit a few different pull downs, and yeah, I think it'd be a pretty good workout. I got this super awesome t-shirt. It's not really a t-shirt, it's kind of like a jersey, but yeah, I really like different anime, and this is like the Fate series. You can't really see it, seatbelt over it, but this is like just one of the characters from it. But yeah, it's like a 3XL. I'm not actually that big, wish I was, but it's like Chinese sizes, so it's actually like a 3XL, and this is probably like a large in like American sizes, more than likely. But yeah, maybe that's why they market it as 3XL, make you feel bigger than you are. Yesterday I hit legs, and I also recorded some nice vloggage car talk in that one, but none of that is really usable. But yeah, I just did some front squats yesterday, and it's pretty good. Felt all right. I don't know. I have flat shoes. I'm debating if I'm gonna deadlift today, but more than likely I won't. And we'll see. If I end up recording it, I guess that means I deadlifted. But I'm just gonna see how I feel after like I do cardio, warm up a bit, and then either my body will kind of feel like it's good for it, or feel like it doesn't really want to do it. But yeah, I used to like deadlift on all of my back days before. And just because like it was just the movement to do, but the longer I've trained, it's just it makes you you can like tweak something in your back. At least for me, sometimes I don't really tweak in terms of like my back rounding or anything like that. Just my upper traps, they tend to get almost annoyed. It's like upper traps and then maybe up by my neck. Those areas might kind of get tweaked or annoyed. Not every time I deadlift, but sometimes. I don't know, like maybe like once every like 4 or 5 deadlift sessions I might get something like that. So, but yeah, I would say since I haven't deadlifted a lot over the past little bit, I will say I think just my overall recovery feels better just in terms of like being able to hit other parts of my body really hard, which is kind of nice. Because before I would always hit like deadlifts and squats really hard, and then of course, you know, squats might be a little bit, I won't be able to go as heavy if I deadlifted either the day before or a few days before, and then bench would just be, I mean, bench would be okay. My pressing sucks anyway, so yeah. The thing that I vlogged to myself yesterday, or just talked to myself yesterday, was just the influx of social media fitness, is fitness culture in general. But actually, as I was thinking about it this morning, it's not even fitness culture in general. It's just like the short form content of TikTok and YouTube shorts and Instagram reels. It's so hard to exit out of the loop of content. It's like every creator, I mean, rightfully so, it's their means of a living, but every creator is rushing to put out content to captivate your attention, and it's super hard to get out of the cycle of constantly scrolling endlessly, because it's literally each a clip can be like 1 or 2 seconds and on to the next thing. So like in a minute you can go through like who knows how many things, and it's just, at least for me, I didn't used to have TikTok. I've like recently got it this year, and then I didn't used to like go through a lot of the Instagram reels. I do now, but I think ever since I've done it, my attention span has gone to like absolute zero. Like, it's so terrible now. My attention span used to be actually very good. I used to be able to focus on like whatever I was working on, or a lot of different things, like pretty aggressively, and I wouldn't, lose train of thought. I wouldn't like get bored. I wouldn't feel anxious. I wouldn't feel like antsy. But now it's just wild. It's almost like I need to detox, but it's so hard to detox because now it's just been ingrained in my daily habits. So yeah, it's like it's so difficult for me to not wake up in the morning and then go on my phone. The first thing is like my phone has my alarm, so I'm gonna go to it anyway, but it's so hard to not roll onto my phone and then click on Instagram or click on TikTok. For me, it's more Instagram. I'm a bit more looped into Instagram, but yeah, I just gotta stop watching all this content. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to film most of the stuff I do. So the gym's kind of crowded, the one I go to, so I might not be able to film everything just because I don't want to encroach on people's space. But if I'm able to, I will include it in some of the clips. So it's enough of me talking to air, and I guess some of the clips will play next. Okay, hopefully this audio is picking up okay, but get this cord out of here. All right, workout has been completed. Yeah, overall, it's an alright workout. Not too bad. I can't really complain, but my wrists are, my left wrist in particular, really bugging me. I mean, not really. I just hate as soon as I feel like the slightest kind of like strain or discomfort in a part of my body, like ligament, tendon, or whichever, I know like I need to get off it immediately. Like just in terms of like if I'm going to continue doing movements or repetitions with it, just because those, like, once you're at the point where it's giving you discomfort, it's already too late, because you've already kind of done the amount of, I guess, fatigue, stress on that area that it needs. Now you need a lot more time to recover from it. So yeah, I kind of just relate it to any type of joint or ligament. You know, nagging pain is probably going to be close to some type of tendonitis or overuse injury, and then, you know, who knows how long it'll take to recover. But anyway, a long tangent. But yeah, that's did some pull downs. I didn't film everything I did, just because, yeah, some of the areas were a little bit more crowded, and overall the gym was pretty empty today. But I just didn't. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Some of the angles I just felt like were all right, but yeah, I try to get some okay angles, but I try to get some okay angles while also keeping as many people out of the shots as possible, just, you know, like not make people feel uncomfortable. Because yeah, like personally, if you go to a gym and you, like, somebody's just has their camera set up, like, it's not the most convenient thing, you know. Like, to me it doesn't bother me, but I can definitely see how it bothers people. So I'm trying to just avoid having somebody be like, hey, like, I don't feel comfortable with this guy filming over here. But yeah, a lot, not nearly as strong as I was like the last back day I had, but still, you know, got a pretty good back pump. Not so much arm pump because I was trying to stay off my wrists, but definitely had some good lat contraction. Specifically when I do like dumbbell rows, I think I filmed them outside. I like to really not use tons of weight. Well, at least for me, I'm not like super, you know, crazy strong or anything, but I like to just kind of use like a weight that I can feel like I could probably hit, you know, 15 to 20 reps, and just really controlled good contractions. Because I feel like that, at least I found that for me, gives me a way better kind of like back workout, in terms of like pump and feeling like I'm actually using the muscle versus like trying to use more weight than I can handle and kind of just like using more momentum. I mean, that's just for that movement though, because I do like using momentum in other movements, like with the lat pull down, kind of like the last few reps, or maybe even a whole set. I think that's kind of what messed up my wrist, but like doing for that, I really like to use momentum to kind of like just kind of like mid or initial movement, bring down the stack as far as I can, because it feels like when I use momentum to get it to the bottom, and then I'll hold, and it gives me kind of like better contraction. But yeah, I think with some movements, momentum helps, and some movements, you know, momentum isn't the best, because sometimes when I use too much momentum on movements, then it kind of bugs my wrists. I think I've been using more straps lately, so it's kind of like been masking, I guess, how much load has been on my left wrist. But it's not too bad. I think it should be, I'll just kind of like I'll train a bit lighter in some of the pulling stuff, and then maybe it won't like bug you as much. But yeah, I did like I did a little pose at the end, and wow, I'm fat. Just in terms of it's funny, I look way smaller than when I was like 30 pounds lighter, just because I have there's no muscle definition whatsoever in my body now, and which is surprising because I don't feel that as bulked. But I guess, looking at some like footage of me, it's not even like full parts of my body, just like arms and stuff. Yeah, just because I'm comparing it to when I was like a lot lighter, and yeah, just in terms of like vascularity, like now I only have like a single bicep vein, but when I was like just a lot lighter, I would have veins like everywhere, shoulders, arms, and just make you like that illusion kind of makes you look bigger. But at this point, I have no reason to be lean, aside from maybe health. But you don't necessarily have to be super lean to be healthy. Technically, you could be, like 20% body fat, but pretty much do cardio every day. And as long as your like vital parameters, so like your blood pressure, heart rate, if you get blood work, if all of those parameters are in a good range, technically that's a healthy body fat for you. So because you can carry more body fat and still be like, that can be your, I guess, maintenance point, and you can still be like very active. And anyway, this is a long tangent just to say that even if you're 20% body fat, it doesn't mean that you're less healthy than somebody who's like 15 or 10. Arguably, you could be you could be just as healthy at 20% versus if you were 15. That's kind of the point. Because like let's say you were 10% body fat, but you never did cardio. You just ate less food. Like you're healthier at the 20%. You're carrying more adipose tissue, even though technically, like parameter wise, you're not. But anyway, I'm gonna get some groceries here, and then yeah, this is a workout. But thanks for listening.